Hey everyone, what's going on? And welcome to our very first podcast, formerly known as Frag Studios TV. I will be your host, Queasy G, and today we have Remedy here. Remedy, how's it going?
Good. What's up, man?
Not much. It's going pretty good. Also, we have Bookster0196.
Yo.
Yo, man. Short and sweet. And we also have Dillweed.
What up?
What up, man? Sweet. And today we'll be going over some interesting topics in gaming that have been happened over the past week. A little bit of some minor stories that are going on, and some of the important upcoming releases coming over the next week. So do you guys just want to jump into the first story right now?
Go for it, yeah.
All right. So the first story I have is Peter Molyneux, former head of, or basically like lead designer of Lionhead Studios, responsible for the games like Fable, Fable 2, all the Fable games pretty much, has left Lionhead, being a longtime developer for Microsoft. And he founds a new company called 22 Cans, weirdest name, and they say they're working on a new project, but nothing is really known about that project yet. Do any of you guys have any thoughts about this? Surprised? I know I was really surprised about this. I didn't think he'd be leaving anytime soon, because he's made some pretty good games, although he tends to overpromise on everything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He must have found a group of people that believed in all of his hype. He every game he's brought, every Fable, there's always a lot more that he's saying there's gonna be in the game. And when the game drops, it actually doesn't even have half of what he said in it. So he probably found some people that I don't know, believed in his crap.
Maybe just Microsoft got tired of his BS.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, is this gonna be for Sony or Microsoft?
Nothing's really known yet. It would be very, very surprising if it would turned out like he was working exclusively for Sony. Then that would be pretty intense.
Traitorous.
Yeah. All the Microsoft Xbox fanboys would just be raging on the forums.
Nah, he can go to PlayStation all he wants. I'm okay with it.
As long as he makes a good game.
Yeah, man. They're good games, don't get me wrong, but they're just never what he says they are.
Sure.
Oh, you know what I was thinking about earlier when you brought up that you'd be talking about Peter Molyneux? And I was remembering how he actually helped make Syndicate, the original one. I'm sure you don't know the answer to this, but I'm wondering if anybody else out there knows whether or not he had anything to do with the new Syndicate that, I guess, from what I was told, that game bombed big time.
I played the demo of the game. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It had some cool ideas, like the reimagining of the original game. It's pretty cool. But no, I don't think he had anything to do with the new Syndicate, because it's made by a completely different development team. Place called Starbreeze made it, I think.
Yeah.
They're responsible for games like the original game, The Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Not the new one that just came out, but the original one in 2007. And I also think they made the Riddick games.
Yeah.
Like Escape from Butcher Bay and Assault on Dark Athena. Yeah, they made those too. So they're pretty known for first-person shooter games. But I guess they just kind of bombed at this one.
Yeah, completely. I mean, the only thing that's close to similar to the old Syndicate game was the multiplayer, because you can have 4 people and go around doing missions like the original one. But the story completely bombed it. It just put you in a level, no story, and the ending blowed. Horrible. Wouldn't recommend getting it.
But you didn't play the co-op, though, right?
I did.
You did play the co-op? How was the co-op, though?
It was actually decently pretty fun. I played with friends, we had a good time playing, shooting things up. So the co-op was decent, but nothing worth $60,
That was interesting because EA this is one of the only games that they didn't put their online pass on, right? So I don't know, it's kind of interesting that they put so much emphasis on co-op, and if it's not really that good, then it's kind of wasted effort.
Yeah.
Anything more you guys want to say on this whole situation?
Nah, he could bully me and go to Sony.
It's interesting, like in an interview or something after he left. Did you guys at E3, like when they first unveiled the Kinect, he introduced like this new project called Milo?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, what happened with that? Do
Never
you know?
exists.
He actually like accused the gaming industry as it is like right now, or like the fan base or something, to not be ready for Milo because he thought it was like it's too emotional
It's too good
for
the-
gamers it's too emotional
Oh
for
my
gamers
God.
these days to actually be invested in something as emotionally driven as Milo. So that's his reason. But I think that's complete BS.
That is, like, there's plenty of gamers that are emotional about their, like, games in general.
If
I mean,
anything, like games like Shadow of the Colossus and like Mass Effect, the whole series in general is just like full of emotion and building up like relationships with these characters. It's just
yeah.
so BS what he said right there. It's just completely idiotic.
Yeah.
I never heard of anybody ever even saying that till now. That's just stupid.
It's just Peter Molyneux being Peter Molyneux, blaming everyone else but himself for his failures. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Moving on, the next story that I have is the details on Assassin's Creed 3 that were released about a week ago. And it says there will be a new assassin, as many people have seen from the reveal trailer, which I have to admit is pretty freaking intense. It looks absolutely incredible. Like, the whole combat system, the whole maneuvering. It looks so cool, just like maneuvering among the trees. It looks like it's going to be like a really different sort of dynamic. And everyone knows, like right now, the new assassin's name is Connor. And he's pretty much a Native American sort of person. His father was apparently British and his mother was a Native American, but he grew up as a Native American in the Mohawk tribe. And it'll be set during the American Revolution between 1753 and 1783. And one of the big things that I think about this game is that Assassin's Creed Revelations was really pretty bagged on for including the stupid tower defense minigame. But this game will not have any of that tower defense in it. And Ubisoft has claimed that this is the biggest project in their history of development, and it has like over double the usual amount of people developing this game compared to their regular first-party releases, I should say. And last thing I want to mention is that there's a Wii U version that has also been announced for Assassin's Creed 3. So we'll definitely be seeing this game on Nintendo's new console. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the details that have been released on Assassin's Creed 3?
I think it's pretty exciting. I don't know if you've seen the breakdown trailer IGN did, and kind of went through and they showed some art from it, and they were showing that George Washington's gonna be in it, is interacting with the assassin apparently and whatnot. I don't know how exactly how it's gonna go, but just they've seen in gallery art with them together and whatnot. That's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, the way I see it, the assassin would be like you guys seen the movie The Patriot with Tom Hanks, kicking ass like him. And then I also want to know. Oh yeah, it's my thank you. But I want to also see more of the story with I believe his name's Desmond.
Yeah, I believe they also said that there was going to be like a lot more Desmond stuff. There's going to be like a new Animus called the Animus 3.0, which is going to be his way of interacting with the new assassin. And I'm not sure, but they might have said that there'd be more of the platforming mechanics of Desmond in the new Assassin's Creed 3 that they introduced in Revelations. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot more Desmond in this game for sure. Desmond's going to be in the completely present day now. So yeah, it'll be interesting in that case. Remedy, you a big Assassin's Creed fan?
I started playing with Brotherhood. I started playing Revelations midway, like getting into Frag, and I got probably halfway. Nick took over that. Nicky did, and he kind of, I don't want to put him on blast, but he kind of flaked out on that. But yeah, so I mean, I never really got too far in that game. The tower defense, like you were saying, That just seemed really tedious. Like while I'm on a mission, like I had to go back and save this tower, and this kept happening over and over. I was trying to buy property, and I'd have to go back and save the damn tower, and it got old real quick, you know.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, it's just pretty stupid minigame in general.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was bad. It's just like the fact that you have to stop what you're doing and go back and save that tower. Like it really inconvenient times when you're doing stuff in the story itself. It was just annoying.
So just basically, you think it was just more poorly implemented into the game?
Yeah. I mean, if you only had to do it once or twice per area, I mean, or once per area, then cool. But I mean, it's just like over and over again. It's like, damn.
What I'm most interested in is like the Wii U version.
Yeah, that looks like you should have pulled some. Do you have any information on Wii U?
The Wii U is just like a whole mess of a thing, man. Apparently, like it's just like a regular Nintendo console, right? It's still going to be using the Wii remotes from the Nintendo Wii, and it has like that. You guys have all probably seen this from the E3 2011 stuff, where it has like that one huge tablet controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how they're going to be using that in Assassin's Creed 3, if at all. Like how you would be using that for like traversal or stuff like that. Be interesting to see. Perhaps the Wii U version might actually be the best version of Assassin's Creed 3, possibly, which I highly doubt that, but maybe the controller might make it awesome.
Mm.
That's still a dream, though.
Yeah. When is the Wii U coming out anyways? Is it 2013, I think?
I don't know on a date. I just heard about it a few months ago. And
I think they said
Late.
possibly later this year, but I doubt it. I think it'll probably come out next year.
Early 2013, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, something along there. Yeah, but that's really cool. I would also think, since you mentioned earlier on, Bookster, the George Washington thing, Assassin's Creed, like starting in like 2, right? It had like the appearances of like major historical figures like Leonardo da Vinci and the Medici family and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll include like other people in the revolution, like the generals like Robert E. Lee and like, no, that's a Civil War. Never mind. I'm being an idiot right now. I live in Canada. I don't know American history. But maybe like different people of like the American Revolution.
Yeah, they'll probably introduce battles from the American Revolution and stuff. Like basically, they'll try to probably most likely the way I see it, like behind the scenes of how things happened and incorporate assassins and how they helped in the war, something like that. That's my guess, but.
Well, oh yeah, so they could like. This is just a bit of speculation, like right, because like in Brotherhood and like those and like Revelations, you could send your assassins on like certain missions.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you could like send certain like assassins or like your group of people or something to help out during certain battles one side to sort of gain like trust from like one of the sides or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just purely speculation, but it'd be interesting. All right, so the next topic is the whole Mass Effect 3 sort of deal with all the controversy and stuff. Like lots of the hardcore fans have been extremely pissed off pretty much of BioWare because they feel entitled to shape the series in whatever way they want to pretty much. So they got pissed off about the whole Day 1 DLC thing and how they claim that they can put the character, the Prothean character, into the game by claiming that it's already on the disc by just switching some of the code around or something. And EA still claims that it's not on the disc. It's part of like the 500, 600 megabyte download. And a lot of people have been complaining about that. And another complaint is about the ending. Lots of people hate the ending, like absolutely despise it. I know Dillweed wasn't a big fan of the ending. But people have been petitioning to change it and saying to BioWare that you pretty much need to change this ending because it's so garbage. And people have, because of this, like the whole deals with like the Day 1 DLC and the people hating the ending, they have been like tanking the Metacritic scores on Mass Effect 3, giving it like 2s and like 3s. I think the average score is for like the reader reviews for across all 3 consoles. And people are also like more angry how there's like more DLC coming out. Like there's been photos there was a photo leaked of more characters coming to multiplayer, and so people are feeling robbed out of their $60, I guess, in a way. And BioWare's also confirmed that more single-player DLC is also on the way. So people are just all around pissed off that they don't really feel like they were getting the full game. And yeah, that's pretty much that story. Anyone want to touch on that?
Yeah, like with a Prothean DLC,
Yep.
pretty much that's a huge part of the lore of the Protheans. And
Yeah.
I remember when they were announcing the game, they were gonna say that was only with a pre-order. So therefore, if you want to buy the game, you don't really get the whole game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
and the ending. Oh, do you want to?
Well, BioWare has said like that the Prothean DLC does not really affect the main game in general. So I don't know. They said like you're not really getting cheated out of your money or anything if you decide not to get the From Ashes DLC. So I don't know. I bought it personally, and I think it was like a great help. So I wouldn't really be one to talk about whether it was whether I was cheated out of it or anything. But I thought it really helped like my character, and you get one of the best characters in the game, honestly. So I don't know. It's a really touchy subject. I don't think the game would have been like that much worse if you didn't have it. But I think it was a really nice addition that I did pay the extra $10 to get it.
Yeah.
And what were you gonna say about the ending?
The ending, like, so there might be some spoilers here if everybody wants to stop.
Skip ahead.
I played through it like twice. I only got 2 endings. I didn't get the third ending.
Yeah.
Third ending, but every ending, Shepard dies.
I heard there was an ending where he didn't die. Like
Yeah.
it was that one middle of the road sort of ending. Where
That was if you had like 5,000 EMS, and it was only if you destroyed the Reapers.
the collector base at the end of Mass Effect 2.
No, at the end of Mass Effect 3, if you destroyed the Reapers and you
Yeah.
had the full 5,000 EMS, like all the war assets and stuff, Shepard would live at the end. But
I had like
Shepard would die.
Yeah, I had like 4,600 EMS when I went into the ending, and I only got 2 options. So
Yeah, there's that middle option if you have the it's called synthesis.
yeah,
It's pretty much combining synthetics and organics.
yeah.
But
I saw that ending. I watched it online. Yeah.
yeah, I would also like to see more though, like what happened to everybody else, like Rex and everybody else that was on my crew. What happened to them?
Yeah, like what happened to Garrus? What happened to like all those other side characters though that were in like Mass Effect 2, like Jack and Jacob and Miranda, and you pretty much never see what happens to Tally either. So there were a lot of characters that were sort of left in the lurch at the ending.
And also, like when you're running one of the final scenes when the Harbinger comes down and you're running towards the beam, the people that were in your crew running towards the beam with you are suddenly on the Normandy at the end when they crash land. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Only one of my crew members was on the Normandy, though. It was just a weird thing. That ending was, I liked it to a certain extent, but I felt like they could have done a bit more with it.
Yeah, I wanted more closure.
Any of you other guys want to talk about either like the petition to like change the ending, or people tanking the Metacritic scores, or something like that, or your opinion on a Day 1 DLC?
More about not necessarily the Day 1 DLC by itself, but in general, I'm not gonna make this a whole rant or anything, but just basically that a bunch of games nowadays, it's pre-order from here you get this DLC, pre-order from here you get this costume or something like that.
Yep.
It's just like if I'm gonna pay $60, I want the full game. I just don't really enjoy this pre-order for someone else you get this, and pre-order from there you get that. I mean, that's just stupid.
That's pretty much the only way, basically, people I mean, like basic stores like GameStop and Best Buy and places like that, they get like people buying the game from there
Yeah, I
because
understand.
you
It's
get this
all
extra
competition.
incentive. But it's kind of like that's this whole issue in of itself. Like you're kind of getting robbed of part of the game if you don't buy from this certain store.
Yeah.
And it's usually like released later as like a total package for like a certain sum of money, but it's still kind of like you don't get that content for quite a few months. It's kind of annoying in general.
And by that time, you've already finished the game, and that
And moved on, pretty much.
Exactly, it means nothing.
So it's just like a more problem with the industry in general, and that will pretty much all be solved when everything goes digital, though. So
Yeah.
that's just a problem with the disc-based format in general. I mean, I like discs. I like having the physical thing, but there's a lot of problems that go along with it.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to talk about anything?
Boog kind of pretty much touched on what I was gonna bring up is the fact that like the game industry in general has been doing that for a while now, probably the last year, maybe a little longer. The first that I can remember them doing this with was Red Dead Redemption, where like apparently the DLC was all the DLC, the pre-order DLC was already on the disc, so it's like. Come on, and then on top of that, I think they actually had some their actual first DLC content was already on the disc, and it's like I think that's bullshit. That like they don't just let you have it. I mean, why don't they take the time to make some more instead of I'm planning out DLC so we can earn a little more money. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then
Capcom's a really big offender of that.
Really,
like they have like characters, like they produce a lot of fighting games, right? So. They're fighting all their characters, all their DLC characters are already on the disc. So right now in their new game that they released, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, they have like 16 characters that are on the disc, which you need to buy as DLC or something like that, is what I heard. So that's just Capcom for you.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, looking at it from their perspective, you can just be like, oh, well, it's not on the disc. And regardless, okay, say they don't have to put it on the disc, so you don't unlock it later on the disc. I guess that saves somebody bandwidth somewhere. I mean, brain fart again. No, let's move away from this. The ending thing. The ending. I think, like, I never played Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. But some of my favorite series have been destroyed by the endings, and I think it's horseshit to go and try to change them. That's the ending that they made. You got to deal with it. I mean, so after you've already seen that ending, you can be like, oh, rewrite the ending so it was perfect for me. But you already saw that other ending anyways. I mean, what's the big deal? Like, just if you want a different ending, just okay, he didn't die. They moved on. They lived happily ever after. Whatever.
Go in your little bubble.
Exactly. And then also the fact that there was like 6 different endings in Mass Effect 3, or how many?
16.
Yeah, okay.
They were saying 17 or something.
16 or 17, yeah, something like that.
I think, I don't know. One of the first games that I can remember doing different endings was Chrono Trigger, and that was fine because that was like a time travel based game. And that was really interesting. But I mean, in a huge franchise game like Mass Effect, I don't think it's really fair to do a bunch of different endings. Especially, this is supposed to be the last one, right?
It is the last of the trilogy.
Yeah, yep. I think it's really unfair to do a bunch of different endings. I don't know.
Well, see, all the endings are purely conditional, though, right? Because you have to they have to find a way to make your decisions count at the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
Because you've made all these decisions from these 3 games, and if everyone just gets the same ending, it's like, well, what the hell? I just made all these decisions for like nothing. So like, I think it was good to make like a bunch of different endings. But yeah, it was just lots of people were dissatisfied. But I feel like specifically in Mass Effect's case, it's more about the journey other than like the destination at the end of the game, because you've gotten to know like all these great characters and been with them for all these 3 games, or maybe just 2 games if you just started with Mass Effect 2, or maybe just like the 1 game. But it's really just about the relationships with the characters, and that's why I sort of overlooked the ending a bit. It's not the best ending I've ever had, but at least I got to like experience everything with all these like awesome characters that the developers have created,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like I hope the DLCs will provide even more closure with the other characters.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. But yeah, once again, touching on that, that's kind of BS that you have to pay an extra $10 just to get a
It's
little
just
bit more
same with
closure.
Mass Effect 2, like the real ending of Mass Effect 2 was in a DLC.
Which DLC was that?
The
Arrival?
Arrival.
Yeah, I got all of that stuff like in the disc because I have a PS3 and played on the PS3 version, so I wasn't really subject to that. But yeah, I can see how that's kind of annoying. Because don't they? Yeah, they do mention Arrival at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
I don't get how you can release DLC without a real ending on it, without the official ending. That's retarded.
That might just be EA trying to get as much money out of them as possible.
Yeah.
You never know who's actually behind that decision. It's probably EA.
Oh, it's probably EA.
It's greedy money whores.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, I never played any of the Mass Effects either, so, like, with the endings of Mass Effect 3, from the ones you guys beaten, is there, like, a significant change between each ending, or is it, just a couple words difference that makes it a different ending,
It's kind of,
I played
two different, like, outcomes. It's like you destroy something, or, like, you control it, or else you blend it together. It's pretty, like, significant in
it's
a way.
significant, but
It's still the end of the game, so there's not many repercussions after the game's already beaten.
Yeah.
But the endings are like fairly different, I would say.
Nice.
343 Studios and Microsoft have announced that there will be no Halo 4 beta. And to quote them exactly, they said, "We plan to test both gameplay and code features rigorously and at a meaningful scale throughout the course of 2012 to ensure a great experience at launch, but we have no plans for a public multiplayer beta for Halo 4. So, in my opinion, I sort of understand what they're going for. It's 343's real, like, first game, because all they did besides this was the Halo anniversary thing. But it'll sort of hurt the fans, right? Because they've been used to the betas since Halo 3, and those really helped give people like a sense of what the multiplayer is going to be like, help them get used to the weapons, let them know what like good spots and stuff like that. And I think personally, because of this, because there's lots of community feedback, that it'll make the shipped product need more patches and be less balanced during the as soon as the game launches.
Yep.
That's just my opinion. Anyone else have anything else they wanted to touch on that?
No.
What do you guys think of the whole decision for not a beta? Yeah.
I kind of get where they're coming from. I think one of the main reasons a lot of games don't do betas is they're able to hype it up more. You know what I mean?
It's called.
They're able to do that. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know too much about the Halo franchise, so I'm not going to say something I don't know about. It's just that's just my opinion right there. Probably why they're not doing the beta.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just kind of, I guess, just have to have faith in the company to produce a good game.
Well, yeah, there are people from Bungie that are in 343, so it's undoubtedly it's going to be a really good game. I'm pretty sure of that. But yeah, I guess they didn't have a beta for the original Halos because they couldn't. But I guess this is a way to hype up the new trilogy of games, right?
Yeah.
So that might be another reason.
My thoughts on it are the reason why they might not be why they aren't doing a beta is because, like you're saying, 343, this is their first Halo without Bungie. My thought is, if the game, God forbid it sucks, I will be pissed if Halo 4 sucks. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be a really great game. But I think that they're not doing a beta because they don't want other people to get a hold of their game and know if it's good or bad. Whereas if you don't have a public beta, people don't know whether or not, right? So they go out and they buy the game because it's Halo 4. They just go out and buy it,
Yep.
And it could blow because 343 took over. But I really doubt. I've got high hopes for that game. I cannot wait for that game.
Other than not having a beta, they're still showing a decent amount of footage and stuff like that. So they are building up a significant amount of hype really early on. So it's just probably just purely marketing in a way, just to keep showing people little teasers of it, making them hungry for more Halo, and then when it comes out, they'll just eat it up and just buy millions of copies.
Yeah.
because that's what Microsoft wants, man.
Yeah. Now, and I was gonna have a lot more information on Halo 4, but I just been caught up with real life shit.
Real life.
Yeah, I will say that at the San Francisco convention, blah blah blah, that they had recently, where Halo 4, what they had like new footage leaked out that they showed. It showed the battle rifle, which is popular weapon, obviously from Halo 3. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are excited about that, but I love the DMR too, so, I mean, I don't know. If the DMR's not in there, and it's just a BR, I'm gonna be sad. But, whatever.
I don't think they're gonna bring the DMR back. That was the old Reach weapon, right?
Yeah.
So,
I kind of think that, alright, if they're bringing the BR back, they're probably dumping the DMR, which, whatever. Another thing is, the multiplayer is gonna have a story behind why the red team is fighting the blue team.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, somebody was saying they feel that they need to have a background for that, and it's like, no, we're just killing each other. Who gives a damn about the story? That's what makes Halo fun, is friggin' deathmatch and team slayer. You know, that's what does it.
They could be spending that time refining the multiplayer experience and not giving it some like dumb.
I don't want to be distracted by something in the background.
And the multiplayer maps, none of them are going to be rehashed maps. They're all going to be brand new maps, which could be good. That should be good.
But yeah, I don't want like this thing in the back of my head, like, what are my motivations for killing this guy?
Yeah.
No, I just want to shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
It's kind of why they separated campaign from multiplayer, but
and the campaign is supposed to be really huge. Which I mean, I'm a campaign guy, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I've read anything on a 4-player co-op yet, but I'm guessing there's going to be one. That's my guess.
If they don't, that's gonna like sort of break.
I mean, if they don't, then 343 can just slap themselves. I mean, come on. Like, if they want to...
It's a downgrade.
Yeah, if they want to live up to what Bungie's standards were, they've got to have a 4-player co-op, no doubt.
Yep. And, like, a pretty beast of a Forge mode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I never got into Forge myself, but apparently there's a whole freaking community of Forge. And, like, yeah.
It's a hell of a community, man. They make some sweet stuff. They make some really amazing maps. It's pretty freaking awesome. Anything else you guys want to touch on about anything Halo 4 related?
No, I'll touch more on Halo 4 myself in the next podcast, or vidcast.
Sweet. Podcast, vidcast. Whatever.
The vidcast formerly known as Frag Studios.
Yeah, man. The next one I have is that Diablo 3 finally got a release date. Now, Diablo 3 was initially supposed to come out late 2011. Then Blizzard announced, like, we gotta delay this, so they delayed it to Q1 2012, and then they said they had to delay it again, so it got delayed to Q2 2012, and now it's finally dated for May 15th, 2012. But a lot of stuff has been like removed, so the PvP mode, which is like person versus person, will be added in like a patch later on in the months coming after the release of Diablo 3, and a character, sort of like a person that helps you customize stuff called the Mystic Artisan, was also removed because they didn't feel like it added that much to it. But they said they might have it come back. So what do you guys think of them releasing the game at May 15th with some stuff not being in the game, which was originally should have been? Do you guys think they should have delayed it again? Do you guys think that it's good to release it now and put it in a later patch?
It's better to put out a game that is not
isn't finished.
Well, it's better to put out something that's not broken.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna be a bad game. It's gonna be like great because it's Blizzard. It's gonna be like incredibly polished. There's no doubt about that.
They always make it.
Well, it's kind of a bit sad that they have to sort of compromise some stuff to ship it at the time that they want to.
I think if they don't release it May 15th, they're gonna start getting bomb threats. They pushed Diablo off so many times. It's just disappointing, annoying. I mean, You almost
There's been so much speculation about it too, right? Like all those rumors about it being released in like February 1st.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Another rumor being released like another day. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like you almost expect them to like, a month from now or like, right before May 15th, hit you with we got to push it back again. Come on, man. I've been waiting for years to play this damn game.
How long has it been? It's been like over 10, right?
I think Diablo 2 had the 10-year anniversary recently, actually.
Yeah, oh my god, it's been over 10 years since Diablo 2. It's about time they released Diablo 3.
Yeah.
They also like announced recently the collector's edition, which has a lot of cool stuff too. Have you guys heard what's in the collector's edition yet?
No.
It's like they have this skull, which with like a gem in it, which the gem you can remove, and it's a USB stick. Comes with Diablo 2 and all that, and the expansion pack. Has the standard art book, which Blizzard always does really, really sweet art books. They're like hardcover, and everything's full color. It's phenomenal. And there's lots of cross-game stuff, like you get some wings for the back of your character in World of Warcraft, and like StarCraft 2 portraits and stuff like that. All that random stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be getting that edition. I think I looked at that a little bit, but I forgot about it. So if anybody wants to buy... there's something that comes with the WoW character, right, Dylan?
Well, that was the... Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be selling that on eBay, or you can just contact me directly, and I'll sell that to you, so...
Why can't I take it?
Yeah, you're gonna need it because you're getting a free copy, huh?
Yeah.
You play WoW?
Yeah.
What do you think of Blizzard's latest announcement?
I was going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, like with the release date, they want to release it as soon as possible, but as finished as possible, because they don't want people to be playing Diablo right when they release Mist of Pandaria. So.
Mm-hmm. But what do you think of their incentive to get new people or like old people into Diablo? I mean, World of Warcraft. Like they had this incentive where you get like a free upgrade to the Cataclysm expansion. You get a bunch of a new mount for your character. You get 7 free days of online or something. What do you think of them? Because the subscriber base of World of Warcraft has been just continually going down now. What do you think? What do you think Blizzard should do, or what do you think of their latest incentive to bring people back?
Cataclysm was just not very accessible to casuals.
Yep.
So they're making it, like with the new expansion, they're making it much more easier for casuals, and it's just it's definitely looking like a really good expansion. But the incentives, they're actually pretty good. I've seen actually a lot of people coming online that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
So it's definitely working.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Lots of people say it's like a desperate attempt to get their subscriber base back. What do you think after Mists of Pandaria, do you think they should start working on or like release a new Warcraft game or World of Warcraft game fairly soon?
Well, they're actually in development of new MMO. They haven't announced it at all.
Yeah.
But that's definitely in the making, because WoW is going to die
soon.
How do you feel about that?
It's inevitable. So
I think
bound to happen.
Yeah, I think they need to. I mean, I didn't play WoW myself, but obviously it's a great game. I mean, there's been so many people, obviously, that are addicted to that game. I think they need to try to bow out gracefully, bow out with some class, and just let WoW be remembered as the great game that it was at the time.
Yeah, I imagine at least one more expansion, maybe.
I think the last expansion is Mists of Pandaria.
Yeah, that's completely possible, but
that's them bowing out gracefully.
Nothing can really beat WoW right now. Even Star Wars, it's good, but not that good.
Not that good.
You saw how well I did on the channel.
Yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, and there's also, like, Blizzard said they're going to release 2 games this year. So it's the next one's either going to be the new WoW expansion or the new StarCraft 2 expansion. And what do you guys think? Which one do you think it will be?
They said they're releasing 3.
They said they're releasing actually 2 this year. Activision said that Blizzard is releasing 2 games this year.
It's definitely a missing Pandaria. There's no
Why?
way.
Why do you say so?
'Cause-
Cataclysm and StarCraft 2 were both released in the same year.
Well, StarCraft 2, from StarCraft to StarCraft 2, it really didn't change much. So
Mhm.
it can live on with the same amount of content for a while, but World of Warcraft, it can't live without a new patch every 6 months or so.
Yeah, it's been around since 2003, I think, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's
Something.
coming close to 10 years of one game. It's a pretty remarkable feat. But I don't know. There's a patch coming out soon for StarCraft, since I'm a pretty big StarCraft gamer, so I know a lot about that. Patch 1.5, I think it is. That's going to change a lot of stuff in the core gameplay of StarCraft 2. It's going to make it more like the expansion. So, yeah, I sort of get where you're coming from, and I guess it might be possible that they're changing a lot this year, so it'll slowly ease people into Heart of the Swarm early next year. But I think, honestly, that Heart of the Swarm is probably going to come out in November this year. And maybe Mists of Pandaria like February of 2013.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, you never know. It's possible. Bookster, you play any like Diablo, World of Warcraft?
I'm
StarCraft?
not a PC gamer at all.
Ooh.
Sorry to say, but that's why I've been kind of quiet on this subject. But not really much to say for me here. Just I don't really play PC.
That's right. You'll be playing Diablo 3 with us.
You got to, man.
Yeah.
Maybe when I
Yeah.
get a better computer.
Dude, the specs for Blizzard games are so low that pretty much anyone can play them.
Yeah.
That's what's great about
They
Blizzard
do-
games,
they
man.
do really good about that.
Maybe I will. We'll see. The time
All right.
comes.
No, Dewey, do you wanted to discuss something about the Battlefield 3 DLC? Do you want to tell anyone about that?
Pretty much, it's, if you haven't heard about it, go watch a video. It's called Close Quarters, and it's mostly just small maps. It's kind of going into like people were gonna say Call of Duty type maps, like the run and gun. Because Battlefield 3 is meant for like expansive maps and vehicle gameplay, but this is more close style, and it's going to be really intense. I'm really excited to see how it works.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a pretty interesting sort of experiment.
Yeah.
So is it gonna are they meant to speed up like the gameplay feel of it? Is that what it's going after? Or?
I think they're just trying a lot of different things, really, because trying to appeal to the Modern Warfare players.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Personally, I really don't like the vehicles in Battlefield, so that might be an interesting incentive to pick up Battlefield 3, I guess, because I like the gunplay in Battlefield more than Modern Warfare in general. So it might be an interesting incentive to play that. Be interesting how close quarters works in a Battlefield setting.
Yeah, because the buildings are pretty much completely destructible. Well, not completely destructible, but there's parts in the video where it's like office setting, and there's drywall, and you can just shoot through every wall in the room. So
that's pretty sweet. Like you can kill someone through the drywall.
Yeah, and you can just destroy it, and you can see all the way through.
That's awesome. Sounds like they're really doing really cool stuff with the Frostbite 2 engine there.
Sweet.
Anything else you guys want to talk about Battlefield 3? Anyone else want to mention anything?
Mm-mm.
I enjoy watching Dillweed play it.
I could talk about it all day, but don't have that much time.
Mm-hmm. So after that, that's pretty much all of the main stories that I have for this week. A little bit of minor stories, if you guys may want to check these out. There have been a lot more BioShock Infinite videos that have been released by, I think it's Irrational Games, the development team. There are like new enemy types that they're introducing, such as the Handyman and the Motorized Patriot. I know at least Bookster's seen these videos, and I have to admit they're pretty badass, man.
Yeah,
These
they are.
These guys look hella powerful. The motorized Patriot I find really amusing.
Yeah.
That guy with the pepper gun. I like how you can also, after you kill him, you can pick up his gun, and that's going to lead to some pretty massive destruction in BioShock Infinite.
I would imagine the games could be harder than the other two as well. I mean, you're picking up a boss's gun, so I'm sure, you get what I mean.
Well, BioShock 2 in general was really easy.
Yeah,
because you had all the guns of the big daddies, and you could dual wield with the plasmids. It made the gameplay a lot easier, but it made the gameplay better, but it also made it a lot easier. So you could just, like, you meet a big daddy, just freeze him and, like, shoot him in the face a ton. While in the original BioShock game, you had to actually, like, manually, like, keep switching between the plasmids, and it was a lot more hectic. But yeah, this seems like a lot harder game would be a lot nicer, because games these days, in my opinion, are way too easy. Next little thing is a Resident Evil HD collection. What that is it's the Resident Evil, the Dark Side Chronicles, and Resident Evil, the Umbrella Chronicles, 2 Wii games. They're sort of on-rail shooters. They're going to be ported over to the PS3 with the Move support, and that has also been slated for a June release date. Also in PlayStation news, House of the Dead 4 is coming to PSN in April. That will also have Move support, because House of the Dead is sort of like an arcade shooter kind of thing. Another interesting thing, the Heavy Rain developer Quantic Dream released a trailer for Kara, which is this really interesting project they have. I know Remedy saw the video, at least. And what'd you think of it?
Oh man, dude, I think that game's gonna be really good. I
Yeah.
was impressed. I mean, it doesn't really give too much away, but I mean, from what I saw, it looks really good.
Yeah, man, the game, the graphics look incredible.
Yeah.
Anyone else did see the video? Booster, I know I sent the link to you too, man.
Yeah, I thought it looked really good as well. And, yeah, it just looked pretty stunning,
Did you see the video?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Like, I'm into those, like, robotics
Yeah, man.
things.
That game will look, since it's Quantic Dream, it's going to be like pretty intense and a really good story, to say the least. And the final little bit of, like, minor stories to say is the Ratchet & Clank collection has been announced. It's just the original 3 Ratchet & Clank games, Ratchet & Clank, Up Your Arsenal, and Going Commando, are all going to be in HD on the PS3, and they're going to bring back the multiplayer of Up Your Arsenal. Did anyone play that multiplayer on the PS2?
Mm-mm.
No. I mean, I played the original Ratchet and Clanks on the PS2, but I never played multiplayer on them.
I briefly played the multiplayer. It's quite interesting, to say the least. Like, you get all those cool Ratchet and Clank weapons online. It's just mayhem. It's pretty sweet. And
Sounds
so
like it'd be a fun little game.
it'll be a fun little diversion, yeah, for sure. I'm pondering picking that up. It'll be just a lot of fun to just relive the glory days of Ratchet and Clank, because I feel like those 3 were probably the best Ratchet and Clank games.
Now I feel like
Right.
video games are better than what they're doing right now. This whole HD collection thing that's going on. Like, this is like movies with Footloose remake. That was an insult to the A's. You just slapped me in the face when you remade Footloose. And I feel like video games are starting to do that too, and I'm not really impressed with that. Like, I think Queasy, you were saying you like the Ratchet and Clank series. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, that's your childhood. Leave it there. Leave it as a great memory. I don't want to play the same game over again. I want to play a brand new game, and it's annoying. Like, they put this effort into games they've already made, just like, giving them a fresh can of paint and polish or whatever. And it's like, just make something new that everybody wants to play. I feel like they're running out of ideas.
It's easy money, man. Easy money.
Yeah, and that's another thing that. The DLC hidden on disc and like remakes and just online passes. It's bullshit. Stop trying to make. I mean, oh my god, video games. They make a lot of money. I don't even know what freaking the projected sales per year are, but it's ridiculous. And people are greedy as shit if they have to, pull online passes or remake whatever. It's just retarded, and I'm tired of it, and I'm done.
Well, in defense of like the HD collections, right? It brings the games to a newer audience too, so you can get people into those series. Because I know when I was a kid, I would never play a Silent Hill game because obviously I'm like 10 years old and I don't want to be facing all these like disturbing images of people like bound to each other and killing people and stuff like that. But now that the HD collection's coming out on Tuesday, I'll finally be able to play those games that I didn't play as a kid and finally be immersed into one of the greatest games of survival horror ever made. So that's my defense of HD collections.
Okay.
And some of them are done really well, like the Metal Gear HD collection.
I will tell you this. There's a reason why those games. I mean, they were in whatever decade they were in, how many years back they were.
Yep.
My 11-year-old son would not want to like. He wants to play the new Call of Duty. He doesn't want to play the old Ratchet and Clank. They got, or the old new the old Jak and Daxter that just got remade. He doesn't want to play some old games. That he saw freaking Dad play long ago. I mean, so I disagree with the statement of like it brings it to a new audience. Yeah, it does, but I mean honestly, does that younger audience really even give a damn? They want to play the new games out. I don't know.
Yeah, speaking for the younger audience, I do personally because I like old. I don't know. I like playing old games. I still have a kick-ass time with the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 stuff, but I can also speak for the younger generation. I mean, everybody per se, like at my school, it's always Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. That's the thing, Call of Duty.
Well, Book, I think you're a rarity because what do they call it? You have an old soul, basically. Yeah, like I'm giving you old school hip hop that was like really good back in the day. To me, and this is stuff that you like and you're listening to, not particularly everything that I gave you, but like just in general, you're naming off music and it's like all old school hip hop to me, and it's like, dude, this is stuff back then. So I think you're excluded from that, and I think all the people that you're referring to at your school, I think that's along the right path.
Yeah.
Bookster is an old 8-bit soul, according to Remedy. No, man. I also like all that old school music too, like Notorious B.I.G., old Eminem, Tupac, stuff like that. That music's great. And I also think these HD collections are good because it also helps me like understand what games were like back then. Because when you're a kid, you don't really like notice everything that's going on in the game, but now that I'm like older, I notice like all the like little nuances that developers put in and how different game design was back then, right? So it's also like really nice to sort of like step back in time and see how developers made games back then. That's pretty much what I have to say on the whole HD collection phenomenon that's been going on these days.
Yeah.
There's like a fuck ton of them.
Yeah, there is.
That's all that I have for the minor stories. Now the upcoming releases for the week of March 19th. We have Rayman Origins for the 3DS. It's coming out March 19th. I know, did anyone play Rayman Origins on the consoles?
Did not.
I played the demo.
Last time I played Rayman, I think was Rayman 3 on the PS2 or something like that.
I see. So you did not play Rayman Origins. But I played the demo on the PS3, and it was a lot of fun. The art style is incredible. Like this, it's just like it feels like an old school game. It's for those old souls, as Remedy would say.
Is it like an arcadey game, kind of like fun arcadey? Isn't it like a 2D too? Like isn't it?
Yeah. It's all hand drawn too.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really awesome. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City is coming out on March the 20th, on the Tuesday. I know a lot of people here are fairly excited for
Boner alert.
Sure. I know I'm excited for it, man. I love Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And the Silent Hill HD collection's also coming out that same day. Speaking of all those collections.
Yeah.
That's very same day, Ninja Gaiden 3 is coming out.
Oh, goody.
Lots of awesome games coming out this week, man. And Ninja Gaiden 3 is... I swear to God, you should not play that on the hardest difficulty.
You know what?
It's going to kick your ass, man.
I had planned on after you said that, I was like, all right, it's like a challenge to me. And with Frag like in jeopardy and probably not going any further, I still think that I am gonna capture that and throw it on just my personal channel, just because, and I'm gonna beat it on the hardest difficulty. And with you saying it's that hard, I don't know. I feel like I need to find a way to record myself playing it, just so, cause I do rage quite a bit, and I don't know. After I think about it, it seems funny to me. Like, I'm like, God, I was like such a jackass. So I imagine it's probably fun to watch. I mean, Dylan, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in my room and I hear him screaming at the TV all the time.
Yeah. So I imagine that a lot of that's gonna happen soon. I try to keep down late at night so I don't wake anybody up. But yeah, as soon as the girl gets home, I gotta keep quiet, otherwise she's yelling at me. And then I'm yelling at her, and then it's all bad. So, I mean, yeah, that will be on the personal channel, I'm guessing, for now.
You should live stream the rage. You should set up a live stream for Ninja Gaiden 3.
I almost had a rage trying to live stream, just in general. I tried that the beginning or the end of January when Final Fantasy 13-2 was originally coming out, and it didn't work so well because I was just gonna live stream the whole damn game. Because I mean, I don't want to see a point. I don't know. Let's plays. I don't know. I don't really.
Like playthroughs in general, they're just...
I mean, I can't sit there and watch somebody else play a game, but apparently other people can do that, and that's cool. But I mean, I don't know.
I'm one of those, I want to play the goddamn game, not watch it.
Exactly. There's a few games that I can watch other people play them, but I wouldn't want to watch them talk of them the entire time. I'd be like, shut the fuck up and really watch the gameplay, you know?
Yeah. It also depends on the personality that's doing the playthrough.
That's
if they do really entertaining live commentary, I'll watch a couple parts, but I won't watch the whole thing.
What's his name? That dude that make Toby Games.
Mm-hmm.
That dude sounds like a fucking preschooler playing with his toys.
Yeah, I hate him personally.
Videos really aren't funny.
I mean, it's silly funny. It's like I still don't think it's funny myself, but it's like silly funny. You should I should set him up with a play date with my little nephew or something, you know. But whatever,
yeah.
And we're probably gonna get hate for me saying that, or I'm gonna get hate or whatever. But whatever.
Oh man, I'm not a fan of him either.
A lot of people agree with you, so.
Apparently not that. How many? He's got a shit ton. I don't want to look because it just makes me mad to see how many views and subscribers he has, and I just want to punch him in the face.
He has a lot. He does have a lot.
Yeah, he can blow me.
I don't know about you guys, but the Resident Evil Raccoon City, I mean, the story, that's one thing, but that multiplayer, I'm really looking forward to.
Yep, that multiplayer is sick.
It's just, I don't know. I've never seen much like it, so it's going to be pretty sick.
I don't know. I'm not going to get my hopes too high up because it is Slant 6 Games that's making it. And the last game they made was SOCOM Confrontation. And that game was crap.
I've never even heard of them. Slant 6. What else have they made?
I do not know. All I know is they made SOCOM Confrontation.
And that was crap, and that's...
And it was bad.
Not a good sign.
I didn't like
it. It's a completely... This game is pretty different.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
It might not be terrible.
Just so far, I'm
basic. Okay, they also made SOCOM Tactical Strike for the PlayStation Portable, and they made SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3 for the PlayStation Portable.
I played the SOCOM for the PSP. It was meh.
Yeah, it gets like the reviews range from 8.4 from IGN to like a 6 from GameSpot. So it'll be. I'm pretty sure it'll be a good game, but I'm fairly certain it's not going to be great. So it's just like a little mindless fun sort of thing, just shooting zombies in the face. Classic video games.
Yeah.
And
we'll have to find out, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And the last game for the important releases for the week of March 19th is the new Kid Icarus game is coming out on the 3DS on March 23rd.
Too bad I don't have that.
I want a 3DS, man, more than a Vita.
Really?
Yep, they have better games. Like the Resident Evil Revelations. That game looks really cool. There's no real good Vita games that really interested me.
Well, that's
Like,
the problem with like a lot of handheld,
it's a
I
problem
guess
with Sony.
system. Sony too. It's just that you with the Vita, if you're gonna put something out like that, you need to have a great lineup of games. I mean, overall, consoles are already still and always will probably be bigger in my prediction. But if you're gonna put out a handheld device, you at least want a great lineup for the games. I know there's Uncharted, but
It's not really interesting me because I have Uncharted 3 right here, and I can just pop it in the PS3 and then have like this amazing set pieces and everything, and such a full widescreen. Why would I need it on like this little teeny tiny portable system?
What they were showing on Tester 3 is like well, I don't know how accurate this is, but like when you need light in the game, you have to bring the PS Vita up to light to.
Yep, that happens in some cases in the puzzles. I just think that's stupid.
What? That's kind of cool, man.
Such a dumb That's such a dumb gimmick. I don't want to. I don't want to be. It's like, what the hell are you doing? It's like some person brings their Vita over to your like friend's house for like just to play a quick game of Uncharted.
Yeah.
And you see him just flailing his arms in midair, just trying to find a good light source. I need to solve this puzzle, guys.
I mean, I guess that could cause problems if you're trying to take a shit and there's no light in the bathroom. But,
I'm not a big fan of like the gimmicks, like motion controls and 3D TVs and this whole light source thing.
You don't like the 3D TV? What about the PlayStation? What the hell do they call that? The slim
3D display?
The slimline thing or whatever it's called. The one where you pop on the
monitor.
Yeah, where you pop on the glasses and you play first person screen or second player's screen.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's gay?
I think that's pretty cool, but I'm never going to use the 3D on that thing.
Yeah, I personally, I'm one of the people that hate 3D. Mainly because it bothers my eyes and it doesn't allow me to focus.
I don't want to wear 2 pairs of glasses either. So.
No,
exactly.
I think that I bet you if that gets big, I think it's gonna fuck a lot of people's eyes up. But like if they're gaming continuously, and
we're just gonna have a bunch of blind kids.
Yeah.
It's the future generation of gamers.
Yeah.
Too much 3D.
You have to have games in Braille.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, 3D is still not perfected. If they make like, or at least they put like 3D in like prescription glasses, then I might give it a try. But
yeah,
that's a bit far fetched right now. Would you like the 3D enabled on your glasses, sir? Sure, why not? But yeah, that's my opinion on all that.
Was that
3D gimmick?
Is that all your the topics?
Yeah, that's everything I have for this week's show.
What games are you playing?
What games am I playing right now? Still going through Silent Hill Downpour on a second playthrough, and just basically right now playing some Mass Effect 3 multiplayer.
What's that multiplayer like?
It's fun.
What do you do? Is it like a team deathmatch style thing or what?
It's a survival thing. So you have 10 waves where you either have to survive the wave just by killing everything that moves, or you just complete objectives like uploading data or like killing priority targets and stuff. And there's like 3 levels of difficulty: bronze, silver, and gold. And you face either 3 factions of Mass Effect universe: Cerberus, the Geth, or the Reapers. And the Reapers are by far the hardest because they have like these creatures known as banshees, and they're the most annoying things in the game.
What was that, Dylan?
They can mess you up.
I don't like banshees at all.
Have you played the multiplayer yet?
No.
Oh man, sometimes have you ever had a banshee insta kill you in the campaign?
Yeah.
That can happen in multiplayer too, and it's the most annoying thing because they'll just teleport up to you and then they'll just grab you and just jam their arm through you.
Yeah, they corner you and you just can't move at all.
Yep. And sometimes, like in the multiplayer, you have 4 people, so it's a bit easier, but you still have like these hulking brutes running at you. Yep, the Reapers are by far the hardest, and I hate every time I have to face the Reapers. But it's fun. It's fun.
What about you, Bug?
I got Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2012.
Yeah, is that any good?
It's not worth $60 if that's what they're charging it for, but it's a fun little game.
Wow.
Man,
Shoot birds.
that's a game tailored to like Texas.
All the freaking yeah. I don't want to start hating, but yeah. I don't want to hate and get hate, so I'm not gonna say anything. That's all you're playing?
I love Texas. Though.
Been that, and then I've been trying to get on more Silent Hill, and then just kind of been working on stuff for my channel. That's pretty much it.
That game's fun, but it's so buggy sometimes.
Do we?
Silent Hill. Mm.
Oh, it's buggy?
Yeah, the frame rate has problems sometimes, and some of your quests can get bugged where items don't appear, so you can't do the quest in that playthrough, and you're gonna have to do it again.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
you know, needs patch.
Yeah. Dylan? Or Dillweed?
Battlefield 3, of course, but I've been like playing Counter-Strike on PC because I'm trying to get a little better at PC shooters.
PC shooters are hard, man.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get good at them. But it's gonna take a while.
Yep. As with any PC game.
Yeah.
If you join late, you're so far behind.
You go.
Let's see. I've been playing obviously Final Fantasy 13 2. Aside from that, I played about 10 minutes of I Am Alive, and I was like, "What am I doing? I can't play a new game when I've got a bunch of stuff to do in Final Fantasy 13 2." And then Google AdSense decided to ruin my entire week. And yeah.
Took a dump on your chest.
Yeah, they took a fat freaking steaming dump on my chest. So I guess this is a good time to talk about that. I don't know. I pretty much everything was said in that video. I'd say. I don't know. That video was a little. I was still a little saddened every day. I'm still a little sad about that. I don't know. I don't see that Frag Studios TV is gonna go on any further unless they enable the whole monetizing Google AdSense, if they enable it again. And from what I've read online, the outcome does not look good. So kind of not even hold my breath on that. I'm not really a quitter, so. I mean, obviously, I'm not a quitter. We're doing this freaking vidcast right now. So, I mean, obviously, something's going to happen. I just don't know what. Obviously, something with this vidcast, that this is going to take off. And from there, I don't know. Like, I like helping people with games and stuff like that. I feel like that's something that I shine at doing. So, I don't know if I'm going to steer away from that or not. I have put into consideration, like I've been looking at other YouTubers and seeing, like, you know, what other options are there out there. And my thought is maybe something like Champ Chong, but I mean Champ Chong kind of already has that covered, I'd say. I don't know. Anyways, as far as fraction, was that?
You gotta do it for the love,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, well,
you gotta do it for the love.
That's the thing, like I was saying in that video. I mean, sure, I like, when I began, I was doing it all for the love. There was no money involved. And honestly, technically, there's still not money involved. I mean, yes, Frag Studios was getting paid, but that money was going right back into Frag Studios. I mean, I bought Bug Uncharted 3 to cover. I got Bug. I'm not going to state everything that I got, whoever, but I like, the money that I was receiving was going right back into Frag Studios. We had plans of making t-shirts and hoodies to start selling, and we were going to sell them at cost so people could actually, you know, something you could afford, something you could, like, sport and promote us, but at the same time, you know, support something cool as well. I don't know. It sucks. It fucking hurts. And, I mean, my thoughts are, if we were to create another channel, I mean, what's the likelihood that AdSense doesn't get a hair up their ass again and do the same damn thing to the new channel? It's like, then you gotta start over again. So, I don't know. My thoughts are, maybe we go to a website, because if Google AdSense decides to be a prick again, we can jump to a different, there are alternatives, but there aren't alternatives on YouTube. So, But if we're on a website, there is alternatives as far as ads go.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I would say I was really doing this all for the love because the money that was being received was going right back into Frag Studio. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a pleasant note to end this podcast on, or vidcast.
Whatever the hell it's called.
Yep. It's called the Vidcast, formerly known as Frag Studios. That's what it's called.
For now.
All right. So I would like to thank you all for listening to this fairly long vidcast. Like, how long has it been? Like an hour?
And a half.
Hour and 45 minutes.
I thought we were only going to do 15 minutes. Maybe I'll just, like, cut out what we were saying at 15 minutes, and that's it.
Just put in, like, every, like, sixth word.
You know what I'll do? I'll
no
just
sense.
speed the track up so we all sound like chipmunks.
Yeah, man. That's what all the great podcasts or vidcasts do.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's about it. I'm Queasy G, and with Booster, Remedy, and Dillweed, and we would all like to thank you guys very much for watching, and please leave your comments below, and make sure to like the video if you liked it. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.
Dubstep.